Hey guys, Arizona Paintball Player here. Today I'm going to be doing a gear update for you. I've got a lot of new gear, a lot of new videos coming up for you guys. And a lot of this gear I may not keep. I actually got a really good deal off of a local guy here, so I'm not going to be keeping everything that you're going to be seeing here. I'm going to be selling some of it, but again, just kind of to explain that's how I make my money for paintball. I buy stuff that's a really good deal, turn around, sell it for profit, and then I use that money again to upgrade my gear or anything paintball. That's basically what I spend. The only money from my job I spend is on paint, and every now and then if I decide to go for a bigger, or not a bigger gun per se, but an upgraded gun, then I will use some of it, but I mainly try to keep my job money for other things. So I'm going to go through all my gear. First we're going to start off with guns, and I'm going to try and do everything that I show you. First will be my personal setup, and then the rest of it will be backup. So enough time wasted. This is my gun. It is not a proto, it's a invert mini. It's in a proto gun case. Really nice cases. But I have my invert mini. This is my personal gun, like I said. Dust Bronze Special Edition. Upgrades include an Empire clamping V-neck, the Nano series clamping V-neck, CP sling trigger, new designs, spinner back cap, the Empire baller grips, and then coming tomorrow or the next day will be the Empire relay on-off for this gun. So that is my personal gun. Now the next gun is my backup gun that I just recently purchased, and it is also an invert mini, version 1, or I think it's a version 1 with a lot of version 2 parts in it. Comes in the hard case, which is really nice. Got this for a really good deal, and so this is my new backup gun. Inside we have the invert mini itself. It is the gloss black. No upgrades to this. I will be buying a new designs on-off inline ASA to put on it because again, it's just really hard to use without an on-off. But very nice gun. That's my backup. Now this next gun I'm going to show you is partly mine. I paid a little bit for it, but not hardly anything. It is my dad's backup gun, and also the gun my sister will possibly be using when she starts playing. Well, she is playing, but this one and the G3, or the invert mini, whichever one, most likely this gun for now, is the Dangerous Power G3. And it is the red Dangerous Power G3. All stock except for this, again, the CP sling trigger. Very nice gun. Great gun. Compared to the mini, they're almost exactly the same. This does have a few less O-rings, but the mini has a different feel. I like the mini board a little bit better. I don't care for the dip switch board, or I guess that's what it's called. Micro switch is not it, because both guns do not have the micro switch triggers, but I like my mini a little bit better just for the feel and that. Okay, then the next gun we have is the gun my friends use and I am currently selling. I will get to that in the next part of the video though. Is the MR1 semi-auto gun, basically kind of like a scenario gun, more just stock. I did put a new drop on it because the other one was hitting the gauges on my tanks, so I had to put a new drop on it, but other than that, all stock. Shoots great. And then lastly, I have my pump gun, which is my CCI Phantom. Vertical stock class, everything stock except for a new gauge on the back because the one that was on there broke, and a trigger shoe, but everything else is stock. T-stock, 11-inch barrel, long pump handle, short feed tube, and vertical stock class, 12 gram. Now for tanks, we're going to go into the tanks we have. I'm going to start off with my personal tank, which is the Gorilla Air 4845 tank with the G2 reg on it, with the so you can position it wherever you want. And then along with that tank we have the NXE small 2010 olive tank cover. Very nice tank covers. Could have been put a little more grip on the back, but other than that, great. Next we have the, excuse me here. Next we have the CP tank, 4845 again, the CP reg on it. This tank is what is used on the Invert Mini, and then the Dye C7 or C9 tank cover blue. Next we have again another tank. This one is actually being sold to someone else. Gonna be buying a smaller one. It is the Crossfire 6845 tank. Along with that we have the Dye Gray C9 tank cover. Great tank, just a little bigger than what I like. So we're selling that to someone now. The next tank is a 48-3000 Gorilla Air Steely tank. It's what I use on the MR1. And then the last tank we have here is a Hitman Edition Gorilla Air 13-3000 tank with just the plain Myth regulator on it. Bought this for my pump, but actually I'm using CO2 now just because they are way more consistent. The CO2 12 grams are than the air, and you get better consistency. Okay, next thing we're gonna move on to is hoppers or loaders. My personal loader is the Rotor Olive. Very nice hoppers, the best out there on the market. Never had a problem with it. I've never even had any paint breaks. I've had a couple of jams, but other than that, nothing else wrong with those things. I've yet to have a problem with it, yet to have the batteries die on me, and I've had it for over a year now. So very good gun, very good loaders. Next we have a Empire Magna. This loader, I've had a little bit of problem with it because the last guy that owned it used 9 volts on it, and he for some reason didn't think it worked because he only had one 9 volt and didn't have the 9 volt conversion kit. So I've had a little bit of problem with it. The board is kind of messed up on it, but it still works. It's a great loader. Just can't change the settings on it for some reason. But the Magna loader, that's what we use on the Invert Mini or the G3. And now this hopper is actually just a parts hopper. It barely works, but I just ordered a Halo V35 with rip drive, and that should be coming in Friday, I believe. So that's the other loader we have, not this one exactly, but one just like it, except for it's black and it's the Halo V. And then the last hopper we have is the Proto Primo gravity feed hopper, which goes on the MR1. Like I said, again, the MR1 is for sale. I'll be posting a video up on that. If you're interested, let me know. And that does it for loaders. Now, next thing we're going to go to is barrels. I use the stock barrel on the MR1, stock barrel on the CCI Phantom, and then on all the other guns we have 2 of these. They're Reds barrel kits. I'm going to try to open it here. Reds barrel kits. They have 4 backs and 2 fronts. The backs are 8 inches long, as you can see here. Back is 8 inches long, with the 4 bores being 687, 689, 691, and 693, or 694, I believe. That's what it is. No, 693. And then you have the tips, which are the 14-inch tip, and then there's also a 16-inch tip. Very nice barrels, very quiet barrels, and very accurate. So we have 2 of those, so we have equivalent to 4 barrels. That's what we put on all our guns. Now, next thing we're going to go to is mask, kind of getting into the soft gear. My personal mask right now is the Dye i3 Pros. I took the visor off. Very nice mask, black with the mirror lens. I am actually contemplating on going to this mask right here, which I just got. I'm comparing them to see which one I like better, which is the V-Force Grills mask. Very nice mask as well, with white with clear lens. I'm still not decided yet which one I'm going to go to. Then my sister's mask, pretty much, the one she uses is the Dye i3 Pros again, but with the visor and the thermal, I believe it is the, just the amber lens on it, blue. And then for the MR1 we have just a JT mask. And then, let's see, what are we going to go to next? Gloves, or excuse me, headgear. I only have my headgear with me, which is a standard beanie and an Eclipse bandana. Forget exactly what this one is called, but very nice. Got the padding in the back, so very nice bandana. Next we have gloves, which are over here. My gloves are Invert 09, I believe. Olive gloves. Oh, excuse me there. Olive gloves. Very nice gloves. And then for backup, 08 Empire contact gloves. Then we have elbow pads. My personal ones are the Proto elbow pads, which I have these. And then I also have Eclipse elbow pads that are pretty stained. They're too big for me right now, so gonna have to probably sell those for cheap. But they just don't fit me. I got it in a deal I got recently. Now next we have my chest protector. A lot of people frown upon these things because they say, oh, you're a wimp and stuff like that. Not necessarily. I don't like pain, okay? I will admit it. Yeah, some of you are going to say, oh, I'll play the sport. I can take it, but if I have a choice, I'm not going to just stand there and let them hurt. So I play with this. And also this helps with bounces. I mean, I've gotten so many bounces, I can't even count them all with this thing. Very nice for that reason. You can't really wear them in tournaments, but hey, it always helps to get a few more bounces in the game. Now next we have the Invert 08 jerseys. I have the digital camo, the US Army digital camo jersey. Then we have, again, the Invert 08 digital camo, US Army camo pants. The digital camo pants, if I can get them in the screen there. Got those. And then, again, some pants I just recently got. Found out they're too big. Are the 08, I believe, JT team pants. Very nice pants, but they're bigger than what I thought they would be, so they do not fit me. But yes, again, the JT team pants. Okay, and I believe that about finishes it. For pod packs, we have it's a capless pack, 10 round 2 pack. I use the Gen X speed tubes with them. I like them a little bit better, and I'm not having the time to fill it and not spill the paint while I'm loading it. These, I can just have like 20 of them. If you use 5 in a game, take the ones that are used, throw them in my gear bag or whatever, take 5 that I've already got filled, stick them in there, and I'm ready to play the next game. So I like the speed caps a little bit better, 4-point harness. That's my pump pod pack. Then for playing, I have a NXE Eclipse white and black pod pack, 3+4, with the Proto pods. I've heard them called Proto lock lids. I've never actually seen them in the store besides the one I bought them from. I've seen a couple of them that have them, but other than that, I mean, I've seen people that have had them, but I've not yet seen them online, so I'm not sure exactly what they're called. They're the Proto pods with the black extension thing. You hold around probably about 10 more rounds in them, other than a standard pod. Very nice. Has a super nice back on it with the built-in back support. And then we have the paintball caddy. One of the best investments I've ever made. Holds your paint all in there. I do not know where that one came from. Holds all your paint in here. Keeps it protected. Easy to fill pods out of the second hole here. Just simply put your pod over it, fill it, and you're good to go. And also on this back one, all you have to do is untie your bag, stick the end of the bag in, and then let it go, and all the paint will go in, and you won't be spilling paint loading. So very nice investment. I've actually got 2 of these. One I'm waiting to come in, It's the olive color, and then this one is the red. Now, as far as the last thing I'm going to do here, I do have a couple of gear bags, but I'm not going to go through those right now. I don't want to make this video any longer than it is right now, so I'm not going to go through that. But for paint, the last thing I'm going to show you is what I use for paint. I use right now Evil Empire or RPS Evil paint. Very nice paint. Probably some of the best I've ever shot. This and Marbs are pretty close, the Marbleizers. So whatever the store has in, that's what we buy. I have shot a little bit more Marbleizer than I have these. I've shot 2 cases of this, and I've shot 3 cases of Marbleizer. So Marbleizer is a little bit better if you're in the woods and stuff. It has a little bit thicker shell, or even if you're playing rec ball and you have stuff hanging down, you can still use the Marbs. Evil is pretty hard to use because it breaks almost anything. So, but yeah, for that, and that pretty much does it. I do have a scuba tank I was going to show you in this video, but my video is getting too long, so I will be showing that in another video, making an easy tutorial on how to fill a tank with this scuba tank. I'll probably be doing that next. So, yeah, I think that goes through everything I have with my gear besides the parts and extra, you know, gear bags and stuff like that. But I just thought I'd update you on that. If I have anything in here that I haven't done a video of and you'd like to see it, please let me know. I'll be getting some up of like the NXC Pod Pack, the events, or excuse me, the grills. Probably getting one up, another shooting video up of the Invert Mini, and stuff like that. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.